Welcome to Module 1 of ITEC 6380, Supporting Student Success. By the end of this module, you should be able to recall core course documents, examine online course and learning module structures, and also analyze and confirm or modify student learning outcomes. Now, as we all know, online teaching is different. It's not just a transfer of what we might do in a face-to-face setting. It does require a lot more front-end planning. And as the Danielson Framework for Online Teaching reminds us, we have to provide some extra effort to make our instruction coherent for our learners, customized to meet their needs, and also supportive of them taking responsibility for their learning. Sometimes we have to adjust the content and the outcomes. This might be to modify it. This might be to provide more support or provide multiple means for them to share their learning. It also requires us to develop a syllabus that provides the needed structure for those course outcomes and content. Just as a reminder, make sure you review the DESE guidelines for your syllabus. It is a piece that you'll be turning in as you complete the DESE exam later in this course. First of all, we need to look at the distinction between objectives and outcomes. Outcomes, those are going to be the things which students should be able to do at the end of a modular unit. These are the larger pieces. Objectives are the smaller units, and these are tied more directly to individual activities or lessons within different modules and units of instruction. And really what we need to do here is take a big picture approach. This is where the syllabus that we've designed needs to fit hand in glove with the course plan and grid, and that contains those outcomes and objectives. Now, this document that was provided by Ashley Cooksey really does a nice job of showing how all three of those pieces fit together. We've got to, again, teach with the end in mind here. We've got to start with the course learning outcomes that are going to be listed in the syllabus. And this is really sort of like an outline for what's going to happen in our course. Then we start to break those overall outcomes from the course into the ones that are aligned to different modules. And something that's really important to note here is that these should be describing the outcomes, not so much the activities at this level for the individual modules. The final step here is to make sure that our intended learning outcomes of each lesson are aligned. This is the actionable pieces. This is going to be where our assessments need to be tied in with the lesson objectives in here. And it's nice in this document how there's some good examples included of what this might look like. This week you do have an assignment. It's your student learning outcomes assignment. And for this assignment, you're going to be force copying a graphic organizer that's in our course. You're going to be analyzing, confirming, or modifying activities from your student learning outcomes that are contained within your syllabus. As was previously mentioned, we can't just move something that worked in a face-to-face setting into online and expect that it's going to work. Sometimes we have to augment the content or provide different methods of assessment or different learning modalities for our learners to be successful. So what you're going to do for this is you'll be pulling 3 outcomes out of your syllabus. Then you're going to consider the key question: do my students need additional support in a remote learning environment in order to successfully complete the outcome? And over on this side, this is where you're going to discuss what modifications, adaptations, or inclusions you might need to make in order for that learning outcome to be successful in an online setting. You're going to do this for 3 of the outcomes that have come out of your syllabus. This week we also have a discussion. We'll be back on Flipgrid, and you're going to use the screen share feature to share a piece of this assignment. You'll show us all or part of the graphic organizer and explain one of your student learning outcomes, and then the validation, modification, or clarifications you've made for it to be successful in online learning. Remember to respond to 2 of your classmates' posts. This might be a case where you might agree with what they've done or confirm what they're saying, or you can also ask a question or offer some constructive criticism. As a reminder, we also have our first online synchronous session. Remember, this is a part of your course attendance requirements. It'll be at 6 p.m. on the 24th. There's a link in the course calendar to get there for this. The focus of this session will be to look at the DESE exam that you'll be completing during the last 8 weeks of the course and kind of provide an overview and give you a chance to review the rubric and just to get started as we move toward that assessment in this class. But please feel free to reach out to me on email, or you can text me if you have any questions this week, and stay in touch.